I'm bringing you something really special. I wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek of the podcast that my brother and I are working on. So I wanted to release an episode here. This is unreleased. We haven't actually started publishing on our YouTube channel yet, but I wanted to release this one to you guys to kind of get your thoughts. I will put information in the description box if you guys are interested. This video actually is only audio. I still am trying to convince my brother to come around to the idea of doing video as well as the audio, but for this one, it is just audio. So let me know what you guys think. I look forward to hearing your guys' comments.
And we're back, and it's only been a week or two, and we're already at another podcast. It's that quick. And sorry, we have a little bit of a catastrophe going on.
I wish you guys could see the catastrophe.
Crazy. Yeah, you can't hear it. Oh, there's a little bit of audio there. We got a couple of cats just, kind of getting in the way, walking right in front of us.
No big deal. They're exploring. It's all part of the experience.
Yeah, they're kind of rude. I don't think they understand business because they don't have jobs.
Freaking slackers.
Cats would never understand a 9 to 5. Their 9 to 5 is sleeping usually.
That's most of their 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So how's everything been? Anything new happen over the past week?
Do I get an introduction or?
Okay. All right. I'll just. I'll just start over. Oh, hey everybody, we're back. This is me, Nick. I got my co-host here, Mary. Introduce yourself, Mary.
Hey, I'm Mary.
And then with special guest, special co-host, let me introduce him. Drumroll, please. Local legend, Tom. Hey, Tom, how about you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Tom. And I heard before the show I was an official member and not a guest member anymore.
I said special guest. You wanted an introduction.
I just wanted it announced that I'm officially part of the team.
Officially part of the team, Tom.
Yeah, I'm Tom.
Are you sure you want to make that commitment? Because you seemed a little hesitant before.
Yeah, I'll go with special guest. I don't want to be a part of the
No,
team.
special co-host, Tom. So everyone, if you go ahead and vote online, we're going to make your top 3. Pick your favorites in order of who's your favorite, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go ahead and we'll review the results next week, and then we'll see who has everyone's favorite and who is ranked 3rd. So,
what happened? Oh, how about if whoever gets ranked first gets to start doing the intros?
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Instead of you, so you're already assuming he's not going to go first. Wow. Shots fired.
Yeah, and then we'll just have to just make sure that whoever does the intros, make sure they introduce everyone.
And
then
with the correct titles.
Yeah, with the correct titles.
Yeah.
So we'll make that work. But yeah, so anything else happened this week? We got 3 people on the podcast today.
Yep.
As usual.
Mm-hmm. As we normally do.
Part of every show.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Pretty much, yeah. Since you reunited this year, I've been on every show.
Whoa. Calm down, Tom.
That's pretty good. Thank you, Tom. And, other than that, do you guys just want to jump right into the main topic? Because it seems like no one wants to...
let everyone have a chance to speak.
Hey, Tom, what happened this week?
Hey, guys, if you remember from last week's episode... Remember what I talked about last week?
I think we took last week off, Tom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I started a great new job this week.
Oh, congratulations. Hey, round of applause.
I don't even have to go into the office.
That's pretty great. You sound extremely excited about it.
I'm super excited. They've given me 2 lunch gift cards.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's been great for me.
I got my own computer.
Why are they giving you lunch gift cards?
One for my first day and then one just because.
They would normally take new people out to lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool company. I've never gotten any lunch stuff from my other jobs.
Nice. Is your manager nice?
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
I mean, yeah.
How about, do you have any coworkers? I know you're working from home, but do you guys have like meetings or anything?
Yeah.
So okay, so like, are your coworkers fun or interesting or anything like that?
Yep.
Do you have any anecdotes or maybe like information or a story you can tell about your first
I
week?
love stories.
I could tell you a joke that I learned my first week.
Oh, I love it. Let's hear it.
All right. This is one of these office jokes. May go over your head.
What? I'm lost already.
No, this is unrelated to my working situation, but I wanted to tell you this joke because I've already shared it with some other people here.
Okay.
So, why did Eminem prefer the Johnson & Johnson vaccine?
Oh, why?
Because you only get one shot.
One opportunity.
Yeah, like Eminem's famous song, "Once Mom
I
Spaghetti."
think I've said enough. Let's pass.
Very
it on
good.
To somebody else.
Great update, Tom.
Mary, how's your week been?
It's been okay. It's been a little challenging. I, too, have a new job. Not that anybody asked, but
You started this week?
I think I'm like 3 months in.
Yeah, I
But-
see.
Yeah.
That's why no one asked.
Oh, right. It's still pretty new to me, but yeah, it's been good. There's been turkeys outside. I don't know if they're picking up on the audio, but now there's a cat outside too. But they've been pretty annoying, the turkeys. They've been gobbling a lot. I don't like turkey for eating and also for seeing, so they're just not welcome at all.
Yeah, they are kind of gross. I mean, I get it. It's like this was probably like their ancestral home or something, and
Yeah, we probably took their land.
yeah, so they're probably just like walking around. But I mean, it's like they got like a little scrotum on their chin. You know, they're just like walking around with their like weird long necks and.
And they're also peacocking constantly. I don't think they're quite sure what exactly they are because they're just like always got their feathers out,
Mm.
you know? And it's like, dude, be a turkey. Stop trying to be something you're not.
Well, they usually leave me alone. Maybe it's my alpha personality that they're responding to, but I've noticed that with some people. I saw one of the turkeys following a lady and not like pecking at her, but it seemed like he was kind of like,
Aggressively following.
yeah, kind of like making sure she went in a certain direction at a speed that he was comfortable with.
Wow.
So, which I thought was very funny because I was like, oh,
sheep herding her? Like,
yeah, exactly.
nope, you're going this way.
Yeah,
You're
she
going
like
this way.
scurried inside and closed the door, and then he was cool. He just started walking away.
Wow.
So she must have done something like, maybe glanced at him weird or something like that.
Side item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They are a nuisance. They also jump on cars. I don't know if that's happened to any of our
Yeah, I've
cars yet.
seen that.
but
Yeah,
They jump on cars and scratch them up because they're friggin' talons.
yeah, I can imagine. You don't usually. I mean, if a cat's on your car, it's usually fine. Might be upset because of the paw marks or something, but yeah, a oversized, can barely fly, if even, bird. I don't think I've ever seen a turkey fly. So
No,
Are
they're
they
too
flightless?
heavy. Yeah, they're too heavy. They flap their wings a little bit. They get a little bit of air, but they don't really fly like birds do. They're basically
speed
a
runners.
disaster of a bird.
Wow.
They're a disgrace for sure.
We should like create a day where we just like kind of get rid of a bunch of them.
How would you do that? Trap them, shoot them, stab them.
It would have to be national. I mean, and we have to make it like a holiday, and just
Oh, I thought you meant you yourself.
no. This is
Collectively.
this is a job for the government for sure. And we should like tie something like really like good where like people are just like want to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Have like family over and be like,
Isn't this called Thanksgiving?
oh, that's a great idea. What is this? What is Thanksgiving?
I think it'd be a good idea to also spare just one every year, just to kind of send them a message like, hey, we could do this if we wanted to.
But who would decide that though? I mean, that sounds like the most important job in the country.
Yeah, probably like the leader of the country
Okay.
or something.
Okay, and then we'll call him
or her.
We'll call him the turkey in chief.
There you go. Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
Well,
Really got something there. Tom, can you jot that down, please?
yeah. I mean,
Done. I've been jotting it down.
her, not in my America.
I think you won't be getting many votes on the poll from the women.
It's like, what is your policy beliefs? Women can't be president. Anything else? That's it.
That's your whole platform.
Vote for me.
Anything happen for you this week?
I don't know, pretty smooth. I'm training a new employee, just kind of getting him accustomed to the little tricks of the trade. He's going to be riding with some of our techs next week, so that should be pretty good. Get him some good exposure. He's a young guy, but he seems to be enjoying it. But it's a pretty smooth week overall. What really hit me and the reason I called this podcast today was for a very special announcement. I browse the news every once in a while, and I found out on Friday that Yahoo Answers announced that they are going to be shutting down their website.
What?
Oh my God.
Starting early next month.
Wow.
First, they're going to make the site read-only in a couple weeks,
Wow.
and then it is going to be shut down completely in beginning of next month.
Well,
So-
I am floored.
Well, after 16 years, and I personally thought, I was like, oh wow, 16 years.
16?
Yeah, that's a
I
long
think it
time.
would have been longer than that.
I mean, it's almost too old for Matt Gaetz to date.
Who's Matt
Hey, that's
Gaetz?
That's topical joke right here for a podcast that we don't
Went over everyone's head.
Post weekly.
post weekly. No, there's a Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz is in hot water because he is being possibly charged with child trafficking for paying for 17-year-old girls flights and hotels in exchange for sex, and he's denied it. Whoa, brave of him to deny it. But it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty obvious that he did do that. And one of his associates is currently trying to go for a plea deal, so it seems like he's about to go down.
Ooh.
And his little associate is going to rat him out pretty good.
Is Matt Gaetz that guy, that country guy, the Texan guy that was like running for Texas
No,
mayor
not
or
that guy.
something?
That's something big. Big Rod.
He seems like a Gates.
Big Rod Meyer.
Is it Bill Gates' son?
No. Matt Gaetz is his dad, I believe, was a congressman, and then they actually live. Their family home is the Truman Show house, and they are very proud of that.
Whoa.
It actually says it on their house, like there's on the little
That's
fence
so
there.
weird.
And then when he's always been kind of like a frat boy. When he was younger, he got pulled over for a DUI.
Nice.
And cop pulls you over for a DUI. You know the typical routine. You get let go and the cop gets fired. I mean, that's pretty much the typical. I mean, when I get pulled over, the first thing I tell the cop, I'm like, do you know who my dad is? You're about to get fired.
You just made the worst mistake of your life.
It's like, sir, you're driving recklessly. Well, guess what?
You really should have thought twice before pulling me over.
Yeah, but it looks like even his dad won't be able to get him out of this situation. So it's pretty funny. But, back to the Yahoo Answers thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo Answers has been flooded with questions after questions. Some of them seem to be in earnest. People just, know that Yahoo Answers exists again. And some people are just trying to get in the most ridiculous questions possible in like a troll kind of fashion, just because they know it's going to be locked in, in a couple weeks. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of go over a couple, maybe find some questions with some funny answers and see if we can kind of like one up each other with fun stuff.
Okay. I have come across some Yahoo Answer posts, just like when searching stuff, but I'm really unfamiliar with the kind of concept in general, because when I was looking into this, there was like points associated with it and like levels. I'm really confused as to what the whole thing is. Tom,
Yeah, let me give some feedback here.
Oh.
Yeah, so back in my day when I was posting, which was 14, 15, 16 years ago when it first came out, there were no points. So,
and real quick, Tom, when you said you were posting, is there like a term or
Great
something for that?
question.
Like, like
Great
a Yelper or something? Were you like a
Elite?
back in my day, we didn't have terms like that.
didn't have labels?
No labels. You would ask, you could either answer a question or you could post a question.
Wow.
And back in my day, you could like upvote these answers, and whoever got the most upvotes would be chosen as the best answer.
And that seems to continue, because I do notice that on a lot of these it says favorite answer, and it's like in like almost gold and has like 5 stars, and it's almost like it's like a little prize. I can see how you can kind of like feel like it's a little bit of a game, kind of like how Reddit, you get the Reddit points, you get the karma.
Sure.
Just for doing good posts. But
but does that like translate into money or something? I don't understand, because some of
absolutely
these people
not.
have millions of points, and I'm just lost as to what the point is.
Yeah.
I think the community just deems you as being, someone at a
Who
high
has a
level.
valuable opinion?
Well, I mean, if I know for me as a kid, I remember Ask Jeeves was a thing. And I never used it because I thought it was useful as a kid, but then when I became old enough to use the computer, I immediately didn't see any value in it. And then Yahoo Answers was like, I've used Yahoo Answers in the past, but I've always been disappointed with the answers. It's always like, okay, here's a answer, now let me go look somewhere else, and then I'll just compare the 2 answers. It seems like a very unreliable source, but it sounds like out of the 3 of us, Tom, you're the only one that's used this site before. So, I mean, how would you say?
It was a great form for just wasting time.
It's like a forum. Is that what you're saying?
In a question based. There's different categories. Like you could ask about whatever you want, and then cars.
Is there any policing or anything on this site? Like, do people like moderate the answers? Oh, really? So it's like the Wild West.
You can report, but there's no one like.
Well, is that
watching.
effective? Like, let's say someone says, "What's the best color ice cream?" and then someone says, "White people," and then it's like, "Wait a second, that's not."
Nice.
It's like, that's not what I was asking, and the person just says, white power, and it's like, can you get rid of that person? Or it's going to be just like, it's like, don't you mean vanilla? Like trying to get some answers out of this guy.
Yeah, great point. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, I think like Neapolitan might be the best because it gives you variety. But
Sure. But white power, that kind of takes it in a different direction. I see your point. I saw someone comment something about like, hey, can we just not report anything for the remainder of the...
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's like, can we just not? So I think there is some sort of reporting.
Okay, so people are asking for... Because again, I think the tendency of the internet is when they find out something is nearing its end or something's going on. Anytime there's more eyes on something, you tend to get the more... trolls like come out of under their bridges and then come to essentially shit post. I mean, that's what some of these I'll read them, and I had to be very cautious. Anything within the past month, I don't trust it. So there was a post that's like, 4 days ago, and the person is just obviously saying nonsense. So I try to like stay away from those.
Sure.
But some of these from like 4 or 5 years ago are just absolute gold. Like, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, the ones I found are from like 8 years ago. So, but the ones being posted, like they're being posted by the minute. It's insane.
Yeah.
I just saw this trending question. My 102-year-old grandfather died 3 months ago after getting vaxxed. Still thinking of vaxing? It's like,
Wait,
what?
is that a question?
Yeah.
Oh, see.
You still thinking of this after I just told you this?
Well, you bring up a good point, because I was doing a little research for this episode, finding some funny questions, and I immediately realized what Yahoo Answers is truly about, and I can kind of get the hint of why they don't want it to exist anymore. It's just a forum for people to spread misinformation, and that's what I've noticed a lot. Like, that's where this whole Matt Gaetz thing came up. Like, literally the front page is flooded with like people making fun of Matt Gaetz. But then also, I just typed in like a simple search, like I did like COVID vaccine, and some of these answers are absolutely stunning. Okay. So I was just like, okay, I can see how this is not helpful to just have like a community of people, and let's be honest and fair here. A small community of people actually, like people, I don't think a lot of people upvote or downvote that often. So it's like really a lot of these I saw like maybe 1 or 2 upvotes, and that was the person that was the top, answer. So, you see a lot of this kind of like silly kind of people just, posting nonsense constantly. So, I don't know. Let's kind of dig in. Let's kind of find a couple things and see what's funny.
I'd like you to go first because I'm interested in seeing how you went about it, because I'm pretty sure I went about this in a unique way.
Okay. Well, the first one I got in, okay, I said I wasn't going to do ones that were recent, but this is just an example of what I think is like someone just pretending to post a Yahoo question. So this one was from, I think, 4 days ago. Ooh, 4 days ago. And it says here, my dog is my life. This has never happened to anyone before. Has this ever happened to anyone before? And it says, I think I'm falling in love with my dog.
Oh.
Anytime I see him playing with other dogs, I get really jealous and just want to rugby tackle him to the ground and kiss him. I've never felt this way about anyone before, let alone a dog. I've even broken up with my boyfriend over it.
Oh my God.
I've had this dog for 6 months, but only recently have I had these feelings started to develop. I don't know what to do, and I think that I think if I'm telling anyone, they'll think I'm crazy. Please help. And the top answer is, you need to see a therapist.
Nice.
And then the next one is, oh dear, I guess you should pause, PAWS, for thought before you think about barking, before people think you're barking mad. And
Nice.
I'm like, okay, good on you. So that's where I think like it's a little bit of like, comedy alley-oops going on here. I don't know if this person's real. I hope they're not real because it sounds like they do have some kind of like mental problems because they can't reconcile human relations. They can't reconcile human pet relations. But I just feel like that person's just baiting people. And they took it in a funny, two
Yeah.
responses were pretty funny. So maybe everyone's kind of in on the joke.
That's, yeah. I hope that's a joke. That's so crazy. Just you reading that made me just so sick. I really hope that was a joke.
I wonder how the boyfriend feels.
Yeah. The boyfriend's reading it at
Yeah.
home like, what?
Damn it.
That's why?
I got her that dog. Now I'm in the doghouse.
Thoughts, Tom? No.
Pass. I'm just here for the laughs.
Tom's more of a cat person.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely in a different direction than how I took it. So my kind of approach was because I mean there's so many to choose from, and most of them are serious. So I kind of found a person. This is actually the top person on the leaderboard, whatever that means.
Wow.
Who just like constantly answering questions. So I looked to see what this lady was answering, and her name's Aunt Katie.
Aunt
And
Katie?
yeah,
Very good.
and she's just a sweetheart trying to answer these things honestly, but she kind of led me to some interesting questions and other people's interesting answers. So I don't know how you guys feel when other people read like other people's words, but I kind of like when people give them voices. So I'm going to give mine voices.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
Do it.
So this one's Ray Chow.
Ray Chow.
Yeah, it's
So it's a man.
Raychel.
Do you mean Rachel?
It's Ray Chow.
Rachel.
Wow.
Okay. Ray.
Okay, so her subject is how do you lose weight and get a flatter tummy? I am.
Who's this now?
It's Rachel.
Oh, okay. So she just asked a question, and now she's doing what?
That was her subject.
Yeah, and if you're going to do funny voices, maybe go a little bit further from the microphone.
Oh, was that too loud? I thought that was too soft.
No, Rachel went pretty loud then.
Oh, okay. Maybe like this.
I am 19 years old. I weigh 173 pounds. Can someone please help me?
You're like a baby voice. I didn't mean
Yeah.
to.
Can someone please help me on tips on losing weight and how to get a flatter tummy? I really need help. I can't lose weight. I just stay the same.
Too loud?
Please, someone, can you email me?
And then she gave her email address, which
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna read.
Or Facebook search my email? I need to talk to someone who knows about this. Thanks.
This is too much.
So Aunt Katie gave a very sincere answer, like very detailed, like, oh, look at the calories and all this stuff. But then other people...
Well, first off,
ahead.
before we go into the answers, I just want to make a comment about the question.
Okay.
It seems like a fishing...
You think so?
Yeah, I think...
This was 8 years ago.
Yeah, that stuff existed.
I mean,
Have you ever watched To Catch a Predator? It seems like this person is just either very naive and eager to have any kind of connection to anyone, or it's like a phishing scam where it's like they're like trying to like get people's information. Because as soon as you send that person an email, they might go, "Oh, thank you for that help. Oh, you know what? How about you click this email?" And it's like, it's like to kind of trap people. That's what kind of seems like.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I really don't feel like someone could be this dense, but it's definitely possible.
I feel like this is a question so many people ask.
Right. It's just
all the time.
It's just the way that she's asking. It just seems a little bit too
Because she
suspect.
gave her age and her weight and her email address.
Classic. This is what they're going for. This is what they're looking for.
Interesting.
It just seems a little. When I read that, I'm like,
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that at all.
Well, maybe I'm off basis here, but that's just what it kind of seems like.
What were your thoughts, Tom?
I agree with Nick.
Really? Oh man.
I just feel like who's dumb enough to just leave their email on a public forum and then tell someone to look them up on Facebook? That just seems like a lot. If this person hasn't been kidnapped,
Look out.
like,
So, I thought what was the funniest about this was the lady I was following gave a very genuine answer, and I read hers about like, cutting back calories and trying to figure out what your baseline of calories are and exercise more and all, the classic stuff. And then someone else commented, "Don't put fork to your mouth so often. Give up about 20% to start." I'm just
nice.
like, great answer.
But I mean, in my opinion, about as helpful as the other lady, Auntie Kate.
Well, but her answer was so detailed. His is
Okay,
just
I mean,
like,
if there was more info in there, it just sounds like Auntie Kate is like. I mean, I could be wrong. I kind of get a feeling that Auntie Kate just Google searches the question and then just copies like the top result and then just puts that in and be like, exercise is the motion of the body which raises the heart rate and starts to burn calories.
Wow.
It's like, it seems like it's very generic type answers this Auntie Kate's giving.
You're really making some big assumptions about Aunt Kate.
I mean, how does she produce answers on so many different topics here?
Well, that's a good point. I should say she's posted 143,000 answers.
Maybe she's just a jack of all spades.
She's probably retired. No offense.
She's a retired gymnast / CPA slash gardener. So she kind of actually does know a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah. Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You could do yours.
Oh, and then Tom.
Did you have one?
I don't know.
Well, I thought I had one that was pretty funny, and Tom, you can jump in when you have one.
Oh, okay, great.
I would love to hear one from you because I want to see what you find funny. One of my first thoughts was like, let's jump in and get one of old Tom's old Yahoo answers. That'd be fun. But we don't have to look that up at this time.
That's
Oh,
great.
do you have records of that?
It's all online, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I'm sure it's still on there. But one that I found very funny is I had to screenshot this one because it says, and again, this is from 4 years ago, so I'm like, maybe the person's trolling, maybe they're for real. It says, what happens if you paint your teeth with white nail polish? And then they put, it's like they have like a header, and then below it, there's like the little bit more detail in the question. It says, my cousin always does this, and her teeth are really white. Is this bad for you?
No.
There's no way.
There's
no way.
I mean, it's from 4 years ago, and I mean, were people lying 4 years ago?
Definitely not. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just it's like, I hope people aren't doing this. But then again, remember there was that one girl that put glue in her hair.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like caused a lot. And she's like, well, they didn't warn me that you couldn't put glue in your hair. It's like,
Yeah, I guess the sad truth is that there are a lot of dumb people.
Yeah, it's like, well, you learned the hard way.
Now they're going to have to start putting that on the bottles.
Yeah, and this is another one that's like, is this fake? This one's recent. It was only from a few days ago. It says, what is the password for the internet? And it said here, I only have a laptop and I have no router or whatever. I'm in Lancaster County, if that helps. And then it says additional details. It's called Linksys. It asks for a PIN, but I don't have one. Anybody know the PIN? It's for internet connection. That's like something a grandparent would write.
Yeah. How did they say how old they were?
No.
A lot of the people are
didn't
saying-
mention age or weight.
Oh, okay. What about the email address? Can we email them for more information?
No, but I would definitely. It says right here, right below, report abuse. It seems like this would. It's like, it's a little bit too perfect. This person definitely could exist, but for me, when I read this, I'm like, this is too perfect.
Wow.
I could imagine all the answers are. Okay, here's the top answer. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you how to get it. First, walk to the end of the road and wait under the tree off to the left. You're looking for a man that goes by the name Wendigo. When the crow howls 3 times, he will reveal himself to you. He would ask an abstract question along the lines of, when the time comes, how many will you have? Just say over 9,000. And then you'll back out. It says, you will wake up in a dark room with Wendigo standing over you. Say, where is my heart? The end will be, and only then he'll reveal to you the password. Now to leave, you must agree to a transport of 3 Mexicans over the Czechoslovakian, I can't say that, border. After doing so, you will back out again and then wake up on your front porch. I think he's meant blackout, but he said back out once and then black out the second time. So this one's obviously just a troll answer, but it kind of feels like a troll question looking for those types of answers.
100%, yeah.
Because, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to tell a guy Wendigo on some corner, and he'll tell you.
Yeah, that one would have been a fake question for sure. Because that's just, unless they are very, very old and they're just like, how is the internet? Then that would kind of make sense. But
Sure.
That's just, I mean, I'm not very tech savvy, and even I know you need to have a modem or whatever. Router. Plus, they also reference that they don't have that, so they know that they need it.
Yeah, it's obvious they're trying to log on someone else's router.
Okay, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's what they're implying here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay, trying to think of what kind of a voice would go well with this.
I didn't discuss it. We're doing voices?
I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I think it makes it a little
You've
more
created
interesting.
characters for all these people.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with an accent, but I can't look at you while I do it.
I mean, I'm having a hard enough time just not messing up while I'm reading these misspelled words.
Yeah, I like to keep it challenging.
Sure.
Oh,
Enjoy.
Okay. I think this is a guy.
Can we get a name?
It's anonymous.
It's a very normal name.
Anonymous. Yeah. Let me think. Hold on. Okay.
I am an agnostic atheist going on 23. Yes, I am young, and so what? And I feel like doing so many things that it may cost me my lifetime.
I don't know what that means.
So I'm going to sacrifice that lifestyle opportunity of romantic relationship for these things. Honestly, to me, there is no such thing as the right girl or a girl who will share the exact same values and interests as I do. So why bother? Settling down for flesh and bone that shares little to none.
kind of an oddly structured. I don't really know what the question is.
How long ago was this?
8 years ago.
So like this is like the birth of the incel. I mean, he says, "Oh, I don't know what being agnostic and then not wanting to be with someone."
I guess maybe he's saying like I don't believe in marriage, like because I don't have any sort of religion.
And it's like, "Oh, girls are icky. They're just flesh and bone. They're not going to share all my interests."
Yeah, but I don't understand.
One, you could definitely find someone that shares a lot of your interests, if not all of them. Also, it's kind of fun when you have a little bit different personality than someone else. You guys can get along with some stuff, and you guys can be unique people. He just wants a copy, like a clone of himself.
Yeah.
Just to hang out with. It's like probably all of his friends have all the same, beliefs and stuff as him. Like, just hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely. He's treading on incel
territory.
Yeah, if this was posted literally like 2 minutes ago, you'd be getting messages from so many organizations being like, "Hey, bro, sounds like you'd be a real great fit for us. Come on, hang out. We got a great club for you."
Yeah, I feel like he just wants someone who's identical to him, and yeah, you're not going to find that. But I thought Aunt Katie's answer was just so sincere.
Oh my gosh, she responded to this?
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Katie, you're so sweet.
She says,
if that is what you want to do and don't hurt people deliberately doing it, then it is fine to do that. It is not wrong to follow your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, someone else posts, "You will never feel whole without a wife."
Wow.
What? "And unless you accomplish something fantastic, your life will be meaningless without children." And then he goes on about religious stuff, but like, what?
See, that's what happened is he mentioned that he was agnostic, and then that brought out all the religious people out of the woodworks. Listen, you have to have a wife. She has to be subservient to you. You have to have 2 kids, and you have to go to church every week. That's the way it works. Unless you invent Facebook, then it just won't even matter. Yeah, this. Hopefully, he listens to poor Aunt Kate and not the second one.
Yeah. I just thought it was just such a great follow-up to such a sincere, like, hey, if that's what you want to do, you do you. It's like, nope, you'll never be happy. You have to have a wife and kids.
I would say, Aunt Kate, be careful when you tell someone to follow their dreams, because there's definitely been people following their dreams in the past and has not netted good results. So
yeah, true. Tom, anything?
Great points all around.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm over here searching hard for a question and answer that will entertain all of you.
I think anything you'd find would entertain us. So just let us know when you find something. No pressure.
Anything at all.
But, I mean, we can definitely go this kind of like back and forth question forever. But what happened to me when I was searching through Yahoo Answers is the most obvious conclusion. It just gets flooded with like a bunch of political stuff. It gets flooded with a bunch of anti-vax stuff. Oh. I found the one that was very funny, so I wanted to share it. Just kind of going, it's like almost the front page, like all these ones, and these ones actually had like thousands of upvotes. And it was like ones like this one about vaccines. It was 5 years ago. It said, wow. This was actually below one of the questions on the front page. I don't know how they connect them like this, but it says, what are 2 reasons why it is not always possible to develop effective vaccines? So just the question itself is pretty loaded. Doesn't really make sense. There's 2 different ways. We can't make an effective vaccine against everything, right? You can't make a vaccine about getting hit by a car. But you can make a vaccine that helps against the flu or COVID or something like that. Phrasing it this way is like, what are 2 reasons why it's not always possible to develop effective vaccines? It's just very strange the way they worded it. But, whatever. Here's the favorite answer. This is I cannot stress this enough. This is the favorite answer. Vaccines are Jewish scams. Vaccines don't work. what they do is cripple your immune system so that you show no symptoms. That might make you think it worked, but that just means the infection that they deliberately gave you is allowed to keep growing. That was the favorite.
Wow.
That was the favorite answer. And I'm like, okay, there's probably not very good policing on this site because the favorite answer had 4 upvotes. So, and then the very next one, this one it was a second favorite. It had 3 upvotes. It said, vaccines cause disease. They don't prevent it.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. So obviously Yahoo Answer isn't a effective way to get good information or even helpful information. It's literally just a person saying vaccines don't work. It's like, okay, thanks, man.
Dang.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. It's the same thing as like, which COVID brands has the least controversy and possible long-term and short-term effects? Again, loaded question. It's like, what do you... This is like something you can type into Google and then you'll get like a couple different articles and maybe some more information.
Yeah. But instead they asked for people's opinion.
But this is what this person did. They basically just searched on Google and said, there are no COVID vaccines approved in the USA. It's like, there are 2 that have emergency authorized use. That means they are safe and effective. Safe means they didn't immediately kill us when it's... wait, I lost it here. It says safe means they didn't immediately kill us when it's used. This doesn't mean it's safe in the mid or long term. There is no way to know this because it hasn't been used in anyone for more than about 7 months. So it's like it's just like a person that has like a loose relationship with words and confuses meanings of things, and then they also think they're very smart because it's just like paragraphs. I'm absolutely not going to read all this.
Mm-hmm.
This guy went to like, that was just the first 2 sentences. He has about 6 more sentences where he's talking about just nonsense. He even has examples that just shows like how dense this person thinks. Because it's good to be skeptical of things, but this guy is just using information and then he reads it and then he just interprets it really poorly.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of glad that they're shutting down Yahoo Answers.
And again, this is the favorite answer. So, and why is it the favorite answer? It has 1 upvote and 1 downvote.
Wow.
And it's the favorite answer.
When was that posted? I'm sorry, you might have said
3
that.
months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought it's very funny because you can get much better answers to questions from literally any other site. I mean,
Right. My thought of Yahoo Answers would be like, if you can't find information anywhere else, go to Yahoo Answers.
I think honestly it's people's first and only research. Maybe that's what they mean by do your own research. It's like, okay, I went to Yahoo Answers.
Oh, it's like create your own research.
Yeah. Find your own research that you agree with. I saw a guy that just said that vaccines don't work, and also another one that just said to eat less. So I'm gonna just follow that.
I'm gonna really run with that.
Yeah.
Yikes, yikes.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one. This one was actually posted recently. Do you have one, Tom?
Great segue. Yeah, I got one. Okay. So this is one of the top trending questions and answers right now.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, I don't find this funny, but I felt pressured by you guys to come up with one. So I found this one entertaining.
Okay.
So this is in the food and drink subcategory cooking and recipes.
Oh.
What is the best tasting animal meat you've ever eaten? Beef, lamb, fish, pork, turkey, chicken, ostrich, snake, lizard, dog, cat, insects, ...
Wait, so they're asking the question and providing a multiple choice answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And also I kind of wonder, is this just foods that this person has eaten? It does kind of lead me that way, because when you're talking like, beef and
Normal.
chicken and
Normal.
fish, and I was like, okay, this sounds like something maybe someone has eaten. And then I think you might have mentioned deer or something somewhere in there. Ostrich.
Snake,
I was like, okay, maybe he's tried. Yeah, snake. Maybe he tried it.
lizard.
In Nevada, they had snake bites.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a little appetizer. They're called snake bites. I'm like, a little bit too gamey for me. But
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this guy's tried it. But then he started talking about other stuff. He kept going.
Yeah, maybe this is why I like this question, kind of like why you liked it, Nick, because it opens up the thought to like what exactly is happening,
Mhm.
what do they mean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I have like my phone on 911. I'm like 9-1, and then you keep reading the question. I'm like, is he gonna say human? I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I was waiting
Yeah.
for.
okay. So the answer that I like the most is by Dr. Death.
Ugh.
He's level 7.
trusted sword. Yeah, and there is levels, and level 7 seems like someone that's pretty invested.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his answer is Puma, also known as the mountain lion. It was a case of self-defense. It was him or me. So my thought is, did he eat it as he was attacking it? Did he kill it, bring it home? What happened?
It was
I want a
gnawing-
little more information.
Gnawing on the back legs as it was like
I
strung
want to
up.
know more. I'm gonna upvote him.
Well, yeah, because let's say this really happened. All right, I'll bite. Okay,
Ooh, you
no
bit
pun
the
intended.
puma.
No pun intended.
Okay.
So let's say there is a mountain lion or a puma,
Yep.
and it is self-defense. Let's say the puma has a gun, and he knocks the gun away and maybe punches the puma in the jaw. That's self-defense.
KO.
Right, KO, right. But then the punch was so hard that it killed the puma on sight. And that was also self-defense. And then he has a dead puma in front of him, and he said, well, it's only self-defense to cook it at this point. And he's like dragging it in self-defense back to his car. Then in self-defense, he loaded it up to his car. Then in self-defense, he drove to the store, got a couple spices and stuff. And then in self-defense, he prepared the meat and cooked it, and then ate it in self-defense. This guy really, there's a very, his term of self-defense is just stretched out so far.
See, I kind of took it he was stranded. What is it? 48 hours?
He's
kinda
on Puma
situation.
Island.
Yeah. And the puma was really swarming him, and he was trying to get away, but it's an island. There's nowhere to get away to.
He's on Puma Island. There's 20 pumas all over the place.
Yeah, if this one doesn't get him, it's going to be another one. And he was already feeling weak, so he finally turned around and just went after him, and
Had a
thankfully
scar in its eye, so you knew that it was the leader.
thankfully won, and then had to eat it to get energy to be able to fight off more. Potentially in the future. He had no option. He doesn't feel good about it, but it did taste good.
You know what they say? A puma a day keeps the rest away.
Yeah. Well, but then also he had the fur to wear tauntaun style. I think that's the reference.
Are there any answers to this question? Is he just still waiting? Is he still waiting for an answer?
Oh, no, that was an answer, but yeah, he has 8 others, but they're not as entertaining.
Well, did other people answer that?
Yeah, do you want a list of things other people have eaten?
Yeah, I would love to see someone would read this question and then not just move on or report it. I want to see who would be like, I like chicken.
Pretty much everyone.
Everyone likes chicken.
Venison, fried frog legs.
Oh no.
Elk was the best.
And this is the best meat that's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to just call the fried frog leg person a liar.
Actually, there was a place near where we grew up that it was surrounded by a power plant, and they actually did serve frog legs.
Well, I can see someone liking fried frog legs, but I think they just wanted to be unique, so they're just like, I'll say the unique thing.
No, frog legs aren't good. They're not very meaty. They don't have any anything.
That's my biggest problem with them.
Well, I mean, it's just yeah. Nobody likes frog legs. Come on. Actually, a lot of people who went to that restaurant would rave about the frog legs. To be
There you go.
honest,
Some
I
people
wasn't a
do.
fan, but
Oh, more? Okay. I like deer meat very much because I like to eat deer meat.
oh, That's a good one.
Intellectuals weighing in.
I like deer meat because of the taste and that it's deer meat.
At this moment, I'm having a serious craving for goat, but escargot is amazing too. I mean, the rest of the answers, nothing was really funny here. Mary thought it was funny.
I mean, I find these answers they're kind of borderline cringe. Like, oh, I'm having a craving for goat, but I also escargot is good, and then you know what, cereal's pretty good too, and I gotta go to my job. It's like, dude, just answer the question or just move on. Like,
I love when people type answers as if like they're right there in front of you, and
Exactly.
they're like, "Oops, wait, I didn't mean that." It's like just backspace.
yeah,
then.
he's typing like he's thinking.
Yeah.
He's typing like he doesn't have time.
Yeah.
It's like literally first draft. Here we go. Boom. Publish. It's like, come on, man.
Mary, what did you have for us?
I like this one. I'm not going to do a voice for the
That's the
initial
best part.
one,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm going to do a voice for one of the answers.
That's cool.
Oh, shit. Okay. This one was actually posted 4 days ago, so
Fresh.
take what you will from it. The subject is, he dumped me in his car? Question mark, question mark.
In his car.
Yeah. I went on a few dates with this guy that I met from an online dating site. He was nice, but also a bit rude sometimes. I called him out on it. We got into an argument over the phone. He said it was over. For some reason, 1 month later, I missed him and asked him if he could start over, or we could start over.
For some reason.
He said yes. He said he missed me and he planned 2 dates. A car date for one and a dinner date for the day after. For the car date, I brought food and he brought wine. We ate in his car, but he was grumpy and a bit rude.
It was probably box wine.
Yeah, he wasn't impressed with the wine.
Yeah.
He started kissing me, but when he wanted to do more to me,
Oh my God.
I said no, and then he said, "This is not going to work out. I
Wow.
can't date you. You are beautiful, and I'm physically attracted to you, but not emotionally invested in you." He also said he never wants to see me and has now blocked me. Why did he initially act so excited and plan 2 dates and then dumped me in his car? Thoughts?
This is like such a high school thing. You know what my favorite part about that whole thing is that he planned 2 dates.
Yeah.
It's like hey, we haven't talked in a month, but let's get back together. He's like, oh, babe, that's exactly what I was thinking. I miss you so much. Hey, let's have 2 dates. Okay, I got one for Friday. We're going to be having wine and food in my car. And then I got another date planned for Saturday. And that's a dinner date. So then at the first date, it doesn't work out. And he's like, well, you could forget about that second date.
He's like, "Hey, babe, let's take things slow, okay? Let's really ease into it.
Yeah.
I got a car date planned, okay? Real casual.
Real casual.
Just, bring some food, some wine. We'll just cozy up in my car. Wait, you don't want to get physical? Forget about that dinner date. I'm not emotionally invested
I was
in
really
you."
I was really holding on to that dinner date, the little prize.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's like maybe it was even crazier than that. It's like, all right, we got 2 dates. The car date. I'll bring wine in a car. So we're gonna have to really sit there for a while because I can't
Drive after.
I can't drive anymore. And then let's also have a date this time next year. It'll be our 1 year anniversary. So we planned 2 dates.
Yep.
Wow. If everything with this car date goes well, we'll be having our anniversary next year.
Tom, any thoughts?
Funny stuff.
Wow. Okay. I did want to read this one answer. Oh wait.
The answers are going to be great here because it's obvious. Like this is very much high school stuff.
Well, there was one guy that his was real short, so I'll read that too. It says, Back in the 70s and 80s, we just went out and met people. Young folks are so ungrateful for the world we made for them. Signed, Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where, see, I think this is like, that's like a troll thing because it's like, Grandpa, get off the internet.
Yeah.
It's like, she did meet someone. They went on a date. It didn't work out because he was being a creep. And then also, she doesn't seem to like this guy either. She doesn't even know why she went on a date with him. This isn't a old man. Back in my day, I would just go down to the old Shake Shack and just meet someone. It's like, that's not what's going on here.
Yeah.
She did meet someone. That's not her problem.
Yeah. Well, it was from an online dating site, so that's why.
Oh, I see.
It's like, yeah. Oh, no, that's really important. It was on a dating, what'd she say, a dating app or a website? Let me see. Online dating site.
Imagine, okay, so I totally get where that guy's coming from, but imagine just going down to a burger place and then just start talking to people and then try to, like, get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I get it. There was, like, hangout spots, you know, stuff, but just imagine that today. It just doesn't work.
I can't imagine just, like, you know, a very, like, honest guy going to a burger place and just being like sincerely like, oh, you got burger, do you want fries with that, you want me to help you? Like, oh, can I pitch into your meal?
It's like
have it together.
It's like the local Burger King. There's 3 cars in the parking lot. This guy's parked up right by the doors. He's leaning up against his car. He's got a milkshake. These 2 girls pull up and they're like chatting. They're like talking about, you know, their plans for the weekend. They're like, oh, let's get some Burger King. And he goes, hey, babes, what's up? You guys like Burger King? Why don't you hang out with a guy like me?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's drinking his milkshake and he's like, oh, it's all done. Whoosh, throws it behind him. It goes swirling into the trash.
Nice. Hits a cop. Like, hey!
Whoa. And he's like, why am I being arrested? I'm just trying to pick up some babes. I'm real old school.
Okay, so this is the one that as soon as I started reading this, I didn't read the whole thing, but as soon as I started reading this, a Danish kind of voice came into my head, so that's how I'm going to try and read it. Okay, so this guy says, you know that dating sites can be very dangerous. I'm not changing the grammar in this at all,
sure.
Just so you know. You know that dating sites can be very dangerous to meet single men online. Tom, I swear to God,
wait,
no.
That's it?
No.
Oh, this is funny.
Every years does happen to everyone who meets strangers online and get killed and kidnapped or being raped by bad men. I am not saying every guys does it, but a lot of younger girls get targeted by older, sick, no good men. Sorry, girl, I think it better you forget about him because he just only looking for one-time thing sex.
I'm sorry, I'm not editing this at all.
Sorry, girl.
Then use your body doesn't really care, but about you, and he doesn't sound like he is the perfect guy for you. He seemed like jerk and just was pushing you to spread your both legs and have sex with him I swear I bet he did it to many other girls he met online. And most of all, you got to be careful and be smart to realize that there are men who only want one thing from girls and nothing else from them. He is bad person and he shouldn't keep contact with you anymore. Leave him alone. He might be, it's a long one, I know. He might be hidden some secrets from you. Like he might be married and had kids. That's why he didn't invite you to over his place, just only in his car. That really strange.
He makes a good point.
We're talking about they maybe have gone on 1 or 2 dates.
Yeah.
I also think he doesn't really have a house. He might.
Oh my.
He's homeless.
He might be a homeless person.
So maybe he did invite you to his home.
He does have a phone, but does have an internet connection to get emails from people. And when you said he also in his car means he might be living his car use as safer to sleep in and live in. But you need not do it again with any other men out there. If you want to meet and find better, good, clean, honesty men who are not mean and rude and liars, better you can find good ones from going to church, at the public library, bookstore, coffee shop, at work, at a party, through friends to friends, at public places where it's safer to meet singles. Because online dating like lines, they're a lot of liars and jerks, bad, sometimes murders, and rapist cheaters.
Maybe like pickup lines?
Okay, yeah. It better to just wait. You have plenty of time and years to meet the right Mr. Man. You shouldn't push and rush yourself to meet a guys right away. You should be yourself and wait. Let the single mystery man walk up to you. That's it.
Are there any answers? Did anyone reply?
Well, that was the answer. That's the answer, man.
Oh.
That is the answer. Yeah, this guy is very... He sounds like he just likes to type and read it, and
I don't think he read this. He didn't proof this.
it's very interesting because, yeah, he's just making the argument it's safer to meet people in person in a large group instead of over the internet because you don't know if they're going to be a good person or not.
Yeah, but like...
But then all these assumptions, oh, maybe he's homeless. Maybe that car is like... It's like, dude, where are
How
these
did you get
assumptions
that?
coming from? Yeah. Did she mention, oh, he seemed to have a lot of clothes in the back of his car? It's like... She never mentioned a single thing that would even hint towards that kind of...
No, it's just like he was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
You could find jerks anywhere.
That's where I'm kind of thinking it's like, just answer the person's question. Like, it's a relationship question.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying, why doesn't this guy like me? It's like, yeah, it sounds like when you guys broke up the first time, you should have stayed broken up because the only reason he wanted to get back together with you was more of a booty call situation
Right.
than an actual situation. The 2-date thing was just to throw you off, lady.
Yeah.
Don't hold on to that
I'm
2
in
dates.
this. He's like, I'm in this for the long haul. I got 2 dates planned.
I'm in this for 2, babe. First date, we get physical, but that's okay though because I am interested in you. There is a second date planned.
Tom, did you have something to say?
No, it's pretty funny. I mean,
No, thanks.
Wow, thank you. Tom, do you have one to close out? We're already over an hour, guys. This has actually gone on.
I
Pretty
closed out with my last one.
Okay, Mary, do you want to add? Do you want to do another one?
Oh no, I think that was a perfect last one for me.
Okay. I'm just gonna finish it with a very quick one. This one is the best example I have for this is just a troll. This is from one day ago.
Did you feel like that one was a troll? Because I felt like you kind of thought it was a troll.
I mean, some of the answers were troll, it seemed like, but I say that lady probably did it in earnest. Yeah, she's probably being real.
It didn't seem like a very outlandish thing. It's like, yeah, of course.
This one, it's like, why is this on Yahoo Answers? Is this person real? Obviously, this is not policing because this is just so strange. So this says, can I donate blood if I lived in Wales from 1985 to 1994? I heard I might be denied from donating blood. Why is that? And then the one and only comment, or the one and only answer, it says, heard from who? Someone on the internet? Could be there was mad cow disease there, but it was all over the UK.
I love
And this is from one day ago. It's like, what's going on? What are you talking about? Is this guy just wants to have a discussion about this? Like, he could probably find people that want to talk about people being denied from donating blood from 1985 to 1994. But why would someone post this on Yahoo Answers? It just seems like such a troll.
That's just like so specific. I feel like how in the world could it be made up?
But then
I'm sure there was some kind of crisis. Like the answer that's below is like exactly what most people say. What are you talking about, dude? Who'd you hear this from?
Yeah.
It's like, sure, mad cow disease might have been going on because I think there was some kind of mad cow disease scare.
I love the response that person had posted. Like, where did you hear this? From someone on the internet? It's like, yeah, this was a different post. It's like, I'm gonna donate blood, but I lived in, this is my like living history. And then they're like, you can't donate blood because you lived in Wales. And then starts a new post. I heard this.
Hi, I love donating blood. I first donated blood in Wales, 1984. It was a very positive experience. But when I went back the next year, they denied me. And I'm like, why did they do that? So I went back every year from 1985 to, I don't know, 1994. And they denied me every time. But then in 1995, they let me donate blood again, and everything was A-okay.
It's like, my first time donating blood was in Wales in 1989, and I've always wanted to do it, but I just never gotten around to it. So I'm going to go do it, and I think it's a really great thing. Everyone should donate blood. And then the first post is, you can't donate blood because you lived in Wales during this time. And it's just like, I wonder why that is. New post. It's like, where did you hear this from? Link to other posts.
Oh, yeah. I do understand this question a little bit better. Thank you for. There was a little bit of a reading comprehension thing. It says, can I donate blood if I lived in Wales from 1985 to 1954? I'm just an idiot. That makes a little bit more sense.
No, why does that make sense?
Oh, maybe like it sounds stupid. Like, why would there be a reason? But it's like, oh yeah, there was a huge chemical spill there, and it's like everyone's mutated, so they can't. Like if there was a reason, I don't see why there would be.
Yeah, it seems like that's so long ago. It's like, is my blood spoiled now forever? Do I have bad blood because...
Do you know that's actually going on? I believe it is Florida. This is happening. It was either... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Florida.
This is what the Taylor Swift Bad Blood song was
No.
about?
No. There's a small town that... and I'll definitely circle back next week to get a little bit more information. But there's a small town in Florida that is about to get flooded by toxic waste because... There was a refinery in that town that created a lake or a puddle of toxic material.
Oh my God.
And the walls became so deteriorated that the little dam thing that's keeping it in is about to break, and it's going to poison a bunch of people.
Holy cow.
So they had to evacuate. I think the town had pretty small, it's 15,000 people or something. And I don't think they gave the numbers, but it was a small town because of this. You made a toxic lake. Why would you do that? Their idea of processing this toxic chemicals was just create a big lake, just keep it there, and then it's oh no, it's breaking.
We're gonna see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in real life finally.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, whoever wants to get superpowers, you better get there quick because
all the good ones are gonna get taken.
Yeah, all the good powers. All the good powers are gonna be gone.
You're gonna only be able to grow your fingernails long.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Well, I mean, this might just be our longest episode to date.
Oh wow!
But I mean, it's in memory of a beautiful website, Yahoo Answers.
I think I might start an account.
How much karma do you think, or what level do you think I can get from now until the end? It's it's sad to see it go, but I never used it, and I don't see any reason to use it. And from the short time that I looked at it, it looks like it's a waste of space. So, good on you, Yahoo.
Yeah.
Glad you got rid of it.
Yeah.
16 years too young.
Best decision Yahoo's ever made.
Well, next up, we'll see if they stop using Google for all their search results. Yeah, Yahoo's the best. Come to Yahoo. If you do any search, it's just going to go through Google.
It reroutes you to Google.
Yeah. Yahoo does a lot of things. They have news, finance, stuff like that.
Sports,
mail,
fantasy.
Fantasy. But they lost one of the pillars. One of the pillars are going down.
Wow. And the rest will follow.
Thomas, do you want to end with anything?
I'd love.
I'll
to
let you close
it
out.
Yeah, let's all go around. Something style. So remember to like and subscribe to this podcast that I'm on, the only one I'm on that still doesn't have a name or any official release. But
It's Attack on
also,
Tuesday.
Attack on Tuesday, released every Tuesday. But also remember to upvote me as your favorite host here on the Attack on Tuesday
We'll create a straw
podcast.
poll.
That way I can be the moderator. Vote Nick number 3.
Okay. Well, we'll see the results. We'll post a straw poll. You vote 1, 2, 3, and then we'll calculate the results. And then whoever ends up getting first, they can do the intro.
And the outro.
Whoever gets third, we might have to put
Kick
them
out.
to a special guest status
Wow, demotion.
instead of co-host, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. Well,
All right. That's all I got.
thank you for closing us out. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.